This is the world's best tasting milk. Let me explain. In 2017, during the World Barista Championships, Ben Putt had featured Freeze Distilled Milk and went on to achieve 4th place. Now, even though he didn't win, Freeze Distilled Milk quickly became the top choice of milk for every championship winner. That's how impactful this has become in the world of coffee. Now, freeze distilled milk is also incredibly easy to make. This is all you need to do. Grab a half gallon of milk and empty out about 4 ounces. Place that half gallon in the freezer overnight until it's frozen solid. Then take that half gallon of milk, remove the lid, and place it upside down into another container. The goal is to extract about 18 ounces of liquid from your original 60 ounces. This is about 30% of the milk. What happens during this process is called fractional melting. What that is when the proteins, fats, and sugars melt before the water. This is what's left over. Oh, that's so loud. To show you guys exactly what this milk now looks like after distilling, I'm gonna cut this bad boy open. You can see that this more or less just looks like a frozen block of ice. Yes, there's a little bit of milk left here, but a lot of that is actually mixed in with the other water solids, so we don't want to use that. This is mostly water now, leaving us with this amazing milk. But what do we do with it? And is it really the best tasting milk in the world? We're gonna have a blind taste test. We're gonna see if this milk is truly the best tasting milk in the world when put up against 3 other different milks. So to taste test this coffee and see if this is truly the best milk in the world, I have 3 other milk options to taste test with the coffee. I have a little bit of half and half, which is my go-to, and it's the go-to for a lot of people. I have the really messed up Fairlife distilled. This just looks like whey, which is strange. I think this is just whey, so that's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna actually shake this up, and that doesn't look any better. And then I have this, which is just regular whole milk. This is the same whole milk that we used for the distilled whole milk before I distilled it. So this is just like you get from the grocery store. Now I'm gonna take each of these and combine it with some of my favorite, which is a Vietnamese coffee. Now to keep this a truly blind taste test, I have a friend of mine helping me out with this, but Rachel is going to rearrange all of these, and then we're gonna close our eyes and try everything just to see if we can tell which is which and kind of give you guys our favorites. That's why I labeled each of the ramekins, so that way we know which one is which after we drink it, but it's labeled underneath. So we're doing our best here. First is gonna be the distilled. I'm gonna fill each of these with I have to make sure I know which one is which. Hold on, I'm gonna do the distilled first. Otherwise I'm gonna mess this up. We're gonna do just a little bit in each one. We're not gonna be super scientific here. I'm just gonna eyeball it. And then I'm gonna take this. It actually almost looks like cream. It's really, really rich. This is the distilled stuff. So this is supposed to be the best milk in the world for baristas. I'm gonna add just a little bit to this, a little bit to this. It actually does look a little rich, which is interesting. Then we're gonna do the half and half the same exact way. We're gonna be super buzzed off of this. Oh God. That's fine. This gets half and half. Next one is the regular whole milk, which is again the same milk I had used to distill. So it's the same exact milk jug and everything. I'm not looking forward to that whey or whatever that is. This literally looks like my egg whites that I have every morning. Oh, it's so weird. It's almost like separated. That's just not, it literally looks like, that looks like milk. I didn't say that. Mirza, who has a child, said it looks like milk. Now, with all of these laid out, all of the extra milks are right in front of us, so we can taste test those if we want to later. Rachel's now gonna come over here and rearrange these, so we don't know what's what. Only she will know which ramekins go where. The only thing that we have to do is make sure that each of them are the same for each row, so we can tell what we're tasting.
Eyes are closed?
Eyes are closed.
No cheating.
No cheating.
Stay there.
Okay. I got mine. Mirza, do you have?
Wait, stay there.
Okay.
Okay. Stay there.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. I don't like this.
Can I open my eyes now?
No.
Oh. Oh.
The coffee is good.
Yeah.
I actually don't get a lot of milk flavor.
Can I smell the one?
I want to say this is either whole milk or the weird breast milk one.
Yeah.
I think it might be the Fairlife, but it smells sweeter, so it might be the whole milk. Okay, I'm gonna give this.
Do we have to choose now?
No. So it's gonna be hard to give a favorite because we always favor the last thing we try usually because of humans, right? So instead, I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10 is what I would give this. Like I would maybe have it if they served it, but it's not something I would actually like order.
This is how I like my coffee.
Okay, so you like this one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give it 6 out of 10. I'm gonna put this down
whey.
and I'm gonna kind of slide it over. Okay, keep our eyes closed.
Yeah, keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
I've never done a real like blind taste test that where I have to close my eyes. like truly blind.
I feel like my eyes are gonna get tired of being closed.
I know, right? With the giant lights in front of us.
I'm like,
Okay, ready?
yeah. Oh, I already smelled this one.
This one smells different. Oh, that has a lot of body. I think that's half and half.
The coffee flavor it throws me off.
It does. It is. The coffee flavor is a little strong. I think this is the half and half only because it doesn't smell sweet. Like the other one, the other one smelled sweet. This one.
I want to say it's regular milk.
Really?
I don't know why. The texture is just not creamy enough for half and half.
No, that is true too.
And the other one
there's
was
no sweetness to
thinner
me.
than this one.
The other one was thin.
So
Okay.
I think that was the.
I'm gonna say this one's
Way.
like I think this one's like a 7 or an 8 for me because it's not very sweet to me, but it has a nice body. Okay.
Yeah, I like this one better than the other one.
Okay, then the first one, I
I
agree.
like the body of this
I agree. Okay, next one, Rachel. We should only have 2 more. This is a lot of coffee to have, even if it's sipping on it. Cheers. This one smells sweet.
It's sweet.
This one smells like cake after the other 2.
Oh,
It's thick. This one has to be the distilled one because
but
it's
like flavor-wise, it's not.
it's not. Yeah.
It's not super different. It's just thicker.
It is
and
thicker.
sweet.
It smells sweeter.
Yeah, but the flavor is not sweeter.
No.
It's the smell. It's
The
weird.
smell is sweeter, yeah. I wonder if it's because it's cold, but normally when you heat milk, you've been a barista for a time,
bit.
but like when you heat milk, it does bring out the sugars a bit. Whereas we're having it cold, which I think is how most people would just be adding it to their coffee.
Yeah.
I want to say this is I do like it. I do like the smell, but I don't know if I would have this over half and half, right?
It's too
Like,
much.
Yeah.
But I would get
I
like
would have
a good latte if I felt like having a
Yes.
latte out and about or making one in my house. I would use it. if
Okay,
I felt fancy.
I feel that too, because the body is really nice.
Yeah.
It tastes a little bit thicker. I think this is the distilled one. Okay, last one.
Ooh, okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This one smells like the last one.
No, it doesn't.
No?
No. I don't know
No,
how to
it's more.
explain it.
This
It's
this one
watery.
does smell bitter.
Yeah, it's waterier, like more like coffee.
Oh, this doesn't look like it has anything in it.
Oh, that's gonna be the.
This one
way.
has to be the way
Yeah,
one.
and then the first one is probably the milk and
The
then
milk, yeah, and then half and half. So I think you're right. Like the first one was probably milk, and then half and half, and then I think distilled, and then I think this one
This
is
is
the
the
way,
way,
the
or
garbage one. We can now
milk.
we've now tried all
It
of
still
them.
tastes fine though.
It's still the coffee is still really good.
Yeah.
We've tasted all of them. Should we open our eyes and see? All right, 3, 2, 1. This one has to be. Yeah, this is the way.
The way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
wait.
no. What the hell is WH? No, that's whole milk.
Oh, really? So this is gonna be the way?
Oh, these all look so different now after having my eyes closed for a while. Okay, let's rearrange them. So here is WH for whole milk. So we got this one right.
Yeah.
The third one is the distilled milk, which I did really like, but you can look at the color.
I would
Right?
have thought that it would be lighter in color because of the.
Of the fatty? Well, but you would think that because like the body was super different. Because like look at the milk. Like look at how rich it looks, right?
Yeah, you would think that it would. Wait, where's the half and half? Because this is a half and half. No.
This is the half. This one has to be half and half. Yeah, this is half and half.
Yeah.
Then this one.
Okay, yeah, then
this
that
one
makes
was
more
this
sense,
one was
yeah.
the garbage, just way Fairlife one. I can see why because normally half and half has a decent amount of fat.
Yeah. That
So
makes
even
sense.
though this
I forgot
was
it was the half and half.
even though this one was distilled and the fats melt first, half and half should still have
It still
more
has more
fat
fat.
than this. But I actually did really like the distilled one.
And it was
Like,
this one,
It was
right?
this one. Like I actually now want to try between half and half and the distilled. Now that I know them. The half and half is still creamier.
I like the half and
Right?
half better.
Yeah, I like half and half better. So what does that say for this experiment? This took overnight to make. It was very simple, right? It's also not very expensive because it's $2.50 for a half gallon. And you get a lot of milk out of it, but then you have waste, right? You're gonna waste half of the milk.
I was gonna say that earlier
Right.
when we were talking. It's kind of like Greek yogurt.
Yes,
get
you strain
rid
so
of
much
so
of
much
it.
water.
So with this, is it the best milk in the world to be used by baristas?
What if you use hot coffee? Could that really change
It could.
the flavor?
Like I
It
would
could.
use it for a latte for sure, but not
Yes.
for like a cold brew.
Right. And so for me, the question is if I were to just keep this in the fridge, if I'm at home, am I going to be making lattes?
Every day.
Right? Well, you do, but I think most people are just putting a little bit of cream in their coffee in the morning. So that's where, for the majority of people, I still think half and half is probably the winner, is how I would have my coffee
Yeah.
versus making this and wasting a little bit of milk on the other side, right? Where you have to throw away half a gallon of milk.
Yeah, and then
basically.
the time that it takes to freeze.
And the time it took, you had to freeze it overnight, which took overnight, and then you had to distill it overnight. So 2 days.
And you're losing some money.
And you're losing a little bit of money, you know, versus half and half. Now the question is whether or not this is really good just to drink. Do you want to try? Okay.
Oh boy.
Why not a shot glass?
Oh, we'll do shot glasses.
Oh
okay. I was gonna drink.
Might as well look cool while shooting milk.
There's not too much, but it looks very glistening.
Yeah.
Right?
It's shiny.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Goodbye. See? On its own, it's crazy.
Holy
It's
shit.
so good.
Holy.
Yeah, on its own, it's insanely good.
This is really good.
Right? But I think in coffee, it's a waste. For cold brew.
It's
for cold
almost
brew.
like a tasting wise, it's almost like a fancy evaporated milk.
Yes.
It's the flavor that I get.
It has
A
more-
lighter, less canned metal tasting.
Right.
evaporated
So
milk.
it's a little more fresh, a little sweeter, surprisingly, and it has better body. There's more fat in it because we've distilled a lot of fat into this. So this actually has more fat than evaporated milk. Rachel, you should just try this. I know you can't have too much milk, but oh, you think it would
Or
whip?
how
No,
if
there's
it
no way it would
steams
whip.
at all, like pretty good.
It probably steams pretty well. So I don't have a
Well, you
steamer
want
here.
high fat on whipping cream.
Do you want some of this to steam at home? Do you want to try it?
Yeah.
And just
I
take a little
have
video with your
yeah,
phone
yeah,
for me.
I'll
That would
send
be
it to
sick.
you.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Because I don't have a steamer here, Mears is gonna take some of this home and she's gonna make a latte for us. And we're gonna see what her reaction is after she makes it with that. I'm actually really
I can
curious.
promise good latte art though.
I don't want latte. We just need to try it.
All right, here's the distilled milk straight out of the freezer. It's been chilling, and this should get up to around 150 or so.
Sudden movement, sorry, one-handed.
It's thicker. Big bubbles.
Oh my god, it's a cat. Or a squirrel, totally.
Cheers. That's texture. Not like curdle or anything, just thick. It's a thick boy, thick latte. I like it. I feel like this is as big of a portion as I would go. It's about 10 ounces, and I think I did 4 ounces of the distilled milk and about a shot of, yeah, it was about 2 ounces of espresso. So yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. I didn't add any sugar at all, and it's sweet without being sugary sweet. It's just nice, smooth. I'm also curious to see how it looks in the cup. So it's been quite a bit since I steamed this, but I wanted to see the texture of the liquid. This is good stuff. You gotta go potty? Okay. Gotta take the dog out. Bye!
Now, since this is so easy to make, all you have to do is buy a half gallon of milk, freeze it, then turn it upside down overnight in a container. We were discussing of like, you guys need to go try this and experiment. And Mirza mentioned panna cotta might be an awesome application. I had thought maybe a tres leches cake because the milks go on there cold, or just make yourself a latte like Mirza's going to.
The evaporated milk for tres leches, so you just swap it for the
Yeah,
good
just swap it. So there's a lot of applications for this. And since it's so easy to make, I want you guys to make this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try this with the peanut butter and jelly from the future. And if you wanna watch that video, you can click or tap right over here. My name is Paul, and remember, keep playing with your food.
one. Again.
Okay.